Hello and welcome. What a day for India at Jamtha in Nagpur. Fantastic performance. Australia 84 for 2, 177 all out. No pitch. It was not the pitch, not systematically doctored wickets. It was quality Indian
Right.
bowling. Joining me, Atreya Mukhopadhyay will soon join us from Jamtha, and my friend Shubhan Chakravarti joining
Right.
us from South Africa, where he will soon give us the updates from the Indian camp who are about to train in Stellenbosch ahead of that all important game against Pakistan. But let me just give you a bit of a summary before we try and
Right.
get Atro online. If I could hear Atro, Shopnil, who's our producer, please get him online. The moment he's ready to join, there was a bit of an internet glitch at his end. Australia did not start well. The toss went their way, Shubhan. They won the toss, but soon after that,
Yeah.
calamity hit. 1 for 1 with Usman Khwaja, trapped by Siraj. Though the Foxtel broadcaster might say whatever about the ball tracking, it was out, and that's what ball tracking showed. So let's not
Yes.
keep giving excuses one after the other. Number two, David Warner gone to a Jaffa from Mohammad Shami and 2 on 2. Thereafter, there was a good partnership between Barnes, Labuschagne, and Steve Smith. 84 for 2, and Australia started to look decent at lunch. After I can't see you, I can see you're on screen. You need to switch your video on and get online. So we need your updates from the stadium because it was a fantastic day's play at the Jantha. And thereafter, post lunch, Ravindra Jadeja, our comeback man, spun a web. 5 wickets for 47 runs for Jadeja, 3 wickets for 42 runs for Ravichandran Ashwin, and Australia collapsed. Alex Carey tried a bit of a counter attack, did not work, and India in total control. Shubhan, I know you're in South Africa, but I'm sure you've been watching what's happening here at the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Your first thoughts? Fantastic day for India.
Absolutely, Boryada. And I went to Newlands Cricket Stadium to collect my media card today, and there were so many people, unknown people. Oh, are you from India? What's the score? What's the score going on in India versus Australia? So I was keeping on updating them. So that's the fun of India versus Australia series. That's the magnitude of the series. And Ravindra Jadeja. I mean, after the start, that Siraj and Shami gave to us. I watched that Shami delivery. I guess. It is the delivery of the day. It is the delivery of the day without a doubt. But Ravindra Jadeja, comeback man, did it for Saurashtra in Ranji Trophy, picked up 7 wickets in an innings, and he showed that he still belongs to the big stage. And Australia, after that mini partnership between Labuschagne and Smith, they would be thinking, okay, we cracked this India code, but India. In India, it's almost impossible, and why we are seeing why India is such a good team here. But Boryada, my question to you: are you disappointed by how KL Rahul gave his wicket away?
Bit, yes. I mean, just about an over and a half left, and there you go, a
Yeah.
soft dismissal, cotton bolt here to the debutant Todd Murphy, giving Australia that little bit. Otherwise it would have been a dominant, fully dominant day for India.
Yeah.
Still is. But you're right. I mean, KL Rahul, when you're leaving a Shubman Gill out, you faced with competition. Ravi
Yeah.
Shastri on record saying a vice captain is not a certainty in terms of his spot. KL Rahul cannot get out to soft dismissals. KL Rahul needs to put a price on his wicket, and yet again, this was an opportunity lost as far as KL Rahul is concerned. For me, though, the ball of the day, you
Right.
said Mohammad Shami, it was also the one to Steve Smith. Steve Smith is one of the better players of
Ah.
spin. He was taking control, trying to take control against Akshar Patel, and there that straighter one from Ravindra Jadeja bowling Steve Smith.
Hmm.
How good is this pair? Jaddu and Ashwin on Indian soil. There is Atra. Finally, Atra, we have you
Yes.
on the show from Nagpur. Before you get lost again to us because of the internet, let's go to it. Sum it up. Sum it up. You're actually showing me the pitch, it seems to me. That's fine. Doesn't matter. You tell me, Atra, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, you sum up the day for me. Atra, can you hear me? Atra, can you hear me?
I hearing
He can't. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
he's
Let's
having
let's quickly,
some
Shubham.
technical
I
difficulties.
don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen the
Yep.
dismissals. Uh, number 3, 4. Atheo, can you hear me? I think there's a bit of an internet issue at Jamtha. Often happens when there are a lot of people there because of the jammer. Akshay, if you can hear me, I'm asking you your take on the day. I don't think he
I
can
think
hear
he's
us,
still facing
but
some technical
yeah,
difficulties.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of the
Yes,
internet
yes. I
issues
think he's.
that happens in
Yeah.
Indian cricket ground, not his fault. Oftentimes happens in Indian
Yep.
cricket grounds. But Shubha, mentally, do you think Australia was fragile? All this talk around the pitch, there were no demons. India showed that 76 for one, clearly in control. Was it mental with Australia going in?
I think so, Boria, and I completely agree. The build-up was mostly around the pitch rather than it being about the game itself, about the playing combination itself. They didn't pick up Travis Head. They went with Peter Hanscom there, so a bit of a tricky call that. But apart from that, when you are in control and you lose a game, that's where it shows that the mental game is there, and that is why Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel, these guys are so good, so good because they kill you in your head. And professional sport, Boria, you have covered so many sports, almost everything, every major event, and professional sport is all about in the head. Because at top level, players are technically perfect, but it's all about in the head, and that is where I think Ashwin. If you look at the maiden overs which Akshar Patel gave in his first 7 overs, three were maiden. So I think they were trying to get 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 a hold of what he's trying to do, whether it's a straighter one, whether the ball is turning, and that is where the mental game comes in. And I think in Australia, despite the many partnerships in between, Alex Carey also tried it at the end, but I think that the mental game India played better. If you remember in the build-up, there was a pitch cut out where it was showing that the left-handers for left-handers it's going to be tricky because they are watering that area. They have left one part of the pitch completely clean. They are not rolling. So these kind of mental games when India visit New Zealand, there's all sort of mental game because when you see the pitch, it's all green. When you go to Australia, they create that aura around that GABA pitch, Perth pitch that it's going to bounce till your head. So it's all about in the mental state of the players and the coaching staff, and that is where I think India hit the nail on the very first day.
Akshay, if you can hear me,
Atruda is
finally
here.
have
Maybe he
you.
can listen to us now.
Yeah, if you can hear me, can you please sum up the day for us? I think your internet might just be a little better. Akshay, if you can hear me. Akshay, can you hear me? Akshay, if you can hear me. Akshay, can you hear me? Akshay, can you hear me? If you can, just
Can
give
you
me a
hear me?
thumbs up because, yeah, I can. Go on. Go on, go on. I'm asking you to sum up the day. Go on. Shabnil, I don't think Atreo can hear us. Tell him to go back to the guest house if he can't hear us proper outside Jamtha. Tell him to go back to the guest house and join us. Clearly, his internet is giving a bit of a pain. That happens in Indian cricket grounds. Atreo, can you hear me? One more time before I tell Shopnil to sort of request you to go to the guest house and join us. Can you hear me, Atreo? Now, Shopnil, to speak to Atreo and ask him to go to the guest
But
house
I
and
think,
join us. Shubhan?
yeah.
Yeah, you go on.
But I think we must all wait for Atruda's post day review. Such was the day, such was the action packed day that Atruda will have a lot to say about how was the atmosphere inside the stadium during the last session, especially when Rohit came out to bat, when KL Rahul came out to bat. Because KL, I think we are expecting Boryada, the start of Rohit. I want to ask you, is a big one on the corner tomorrow, first day, first session maybe.
Rohit's been a fantastic test match player. Atreo, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Atreo, can you hear us? No, he can't. it's a bit of a disappointment that he can't hear
Mm.
us. And as Shubhan said, we'll try and get his
Yeah.
review because it was a fabulous day at the
Yeah.
Jamtha. To answer your question, Shubhan, yes, absolutely. And look at his start, the way he
Yeah.
played Pat Cummins. The first ball was a bit of a streaky one through slips, but then the next one, beautiful, through off his toes, gone. Third one, off his toes, gone. The 12 runs of the first over defined Rohit Sharma's mindset
Yep.
and the way he has gone about
Yep.
his whole business. It's been fantastic to see Rohit Sharma in
Hmm.
Test match cricket. And this series means a lot to Rohit Sharma. Make no mistake, this series means a lot to the Indian captain.
Right.
He knows under him the World Cup hasn't gone well. Clearly he will want to prove and
Right.
make this series count. So Rohit Sharma, 50 plus, looking good. If he gets that big one, captain getting the big one sets it up. Saurav Ganguly 144. You always remember that innings. Set it up for India in that
Yep.
sense. So yes, I mean I'm absolutely waiting to get Atriyo's review because inside the Jamtha, Indian fans will
Yeah.
be making a lot of noise. The atmosphere, the color, the talk from Jamtha would be important. But let me ask you, you're on your way to Stellenbosch for the Indian practice. What's the
Yes.
mood like? You reached yesterday. India will be training today in about 30 minutes from now. In about 30 minutes from now,
Right.
and you know, give me a sense of what's going on because Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, those two injuries are a matter of concern.
I think that's the biggest talking point heading into the first game, and even today's practice session as well. Harmanpreet Kaur, as we know, didn't play the warm up matches, and even Smriti Mandhana, she batted at number three. That's not a natural position because she was stuck on a left middle finger. So these two players are going to be the central focus in today's practice session, and I'll be there in about 10-15 minutes there. So I'll give all the updates regarding what's happening with Harmanpreet Kaur, what's happening with Smriti Mandhana, and even the return of Shefali Verma and Richa Ghosh, the playing combination. I think we are going to get a lot better sense in today's and tomorrow's practice session, and before the T20 World Cup kick starts. Of course, the currently as we speak, the South African captain Sunil is attending the press conference. She will say a lot about the practice and South Africa being hosts. Chamari Atapattu later in the day will also address the media before the tournament commences tomorrow. I'll provide a video. I'll give out a video uh, saying some revealing some interesting facts about the opening ceremony that is going to happen tomorrow before the match. So plenty of superstars are lined up for this, and it's going to be a special event. But yes, the biggest talking point in today's practice, Harmanpreet Kaur and Smriti Mandhana. Wait for the updates.
Of course. Atriyo, finally we can see you. Can we hear you? Can you hear us by any chance? If you can, give us a sense of what went on. Otherwise, we've got to wait for your review. Can you hear us, Atriyo? Now, sadly, unfortunately, we've got to wait for
I think it's
Atriyo's
still
review.
struggling.
Shivan, you get to the Indian practice. You get to the Indian practice because there are three
Yep.
talking points. One, will there be a shuffle in the batting order
Right.
after that 51 ball 96 56 ball 91 that Richard Ghosh got yesterday,
Hmm.
day before in that warm-up match
56.
against
Yeah.
Bangladesh? Does
Yep.
that mean that a Dipti Sharma and a Richard Ghosh bat slightly higher up? Jemima Rodriguez got runs. Clearly that's a good
Right.
sign for India that Jemima got runs, Pooja Vastakar got runs low down the order. India 12 overs 70 something and thereafter going on to make 180. Clearly, this Indian side, these two players, Richard Ghosh and Pooja Vastakar, will need some more balls to fire. Harmanpreet
Right.
maybe at 4, Pooja at Richa
Right.
at 5, maybe a possibility. And of course, Smriti Mandhana, the big one. Can she play? How fit is she? How fit is Harmanpreet Kaur? Important updates from Shubhan Chakravarti. Shubhan, closing words before we finish the show.
Yes. I think wait for my end. I'll say wait for the videos from Stellenbosch, where I'll give the updates regarding Harman and Smriti Mandhana, and of course the playing combination. What could be the likely playing combination? But the big one, I think I'm waiting for tomorrow. And as you said, Boria, the Rohit Sharma, big one. Aktyoda's post day review. It's going to be interesting. A couple of hours, and of course day two in Jamta.
Absolutely. I'll finish off there. I'll finish off there. So all the updates from Stellenbosch in South Africa. In Cape Town, Shubhayan Chakravarti reporting on the big Women's World Cup. India plays Pakistan on Sunday. So mark your diaries. The moment the Jamtha Test match finishes around 4:35, the build-up will start with Shubhayan. We'll go live from 5 p.m. India time. And of course, Akshay Mukhopadhyay in Jamtha. So he will soon bring you his updates, and also wait for his written piece, because he will be writing regularly for the Rev Sports website. So follow us on www.revsports.in. Download the app for all the updates from Jamtha and South Africa. Keep watching.